Hello and welcome to Sky Garden 2025, week 4. Things are coming along real nicely. The tomato plants are really growing. Okay, so let's get started here. We have our 5-year-old chive plant. It's coming along pretty well. I've been harvesting off that quite a bit. Then we have our green onions. They're doing okay. The bell peppers here, the 3 buckets of bell peppers, they're growing very, very slowly. They did grow slowly last year, but I'm getting a flower or 2 on them. So I'm expecting some little tiny peppers soon. Here's our cherry tomatoes. Wow, they're just going crazy. I've been lazy this week because I've had a bunch of medical appointments. I've been doing chemotherapy, so I'm a little bit weak. So I haven't been out here too much to cut off these diseased leaves. So I got to get to that later on today. I have pruned a little bit of the bottom for airflow to try and slow down the disease. I'm going to prune some more of the bottom leaves, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant some shallow rooting plants in the bottom underneath my tomato plants, like maybe some lettuce, because they have very, very shallow roots and they won't interfere too much with my tomato plants. So those are the 2 cherry tomatoes, and if you can find them here, there are actually some little tiny green tomatoes down there. So they're coming along. Now this is the beefsteak tomato, also growing quite tall. It's got a bunch of flowers on it, but no tomatoes yet. They say that large tomatoes don't grow very well in a pot, but I like to play around with things. So hopefully we can get those to sprout some tomatoes. Then this is a Roma tomato, which I did grow last year and got quite a few Romas off it. So I'm hoping that happens again this year. Here's the sugar snap peas. They're climbing up the trellis. They're getting close to the top. And there are a bunch of little peas on here, if I can find them. Somewhere down here. There it is. Little guy right there. Whoop. Little guy right there. 2 little guys right there. There's a couple over on this other branch as well. And here is another Roma plant, which is getting flowers on it, but again, no tomatoes yet. Then we have the jalapenos, which actually has a little jalapeno down there, another little jalapeno up there. There's the other jalapeno plant. It's coming along pretty well too. I think there's one on there somewhere. Oh yeah, it's way back in the back there. Can't really see that. Now, these are the Hungarian peppers. They're very heat sensitive, so I actually lost 2 of the plants. Luckily, I had 2 plants in each pot, but these guys were a little too small to survive that big heat wave that we had. So what I'm going to have to do is cut those off really close to the dirt. You don't want to pull them out by the roots, because that will disturb the roots of the ones that are actually doing well, and I don't want to do that. Then we have the bean plant here, yellow beans. Again, a little bit of scorch from the heat, but there's a little bean down there which is happening, so that's kind of good. Then we have the lettuce. That's I'm gonna have to thin that out because they're way too close together. So I will pick out some of those ones in the middle to thin that out, and you can eat those. So I'll make myself a tiny little salad. Nope, there's another pea happening up there. Now we have our quarantined sage plant here, which still has a little bit of powdery mildew on it, even though I've been spraying it with the apple cider vinegar and water solution. My vacuum there for cleaning up I gotta clean up all this dirt with my shop vac. Now over here we have the chive plant that I'm growing for a friend of mine. It's just about ready to give to him. Now that it's gotten to a decent size. Here's another chive plant that I started just for fun. And if anybody wants that, just let me know in the comments, and I will pot that up in a bigger pot for you, and you can take that away. Now I'll be right back in a minute with the indoor portion of the Sky Garden. Okay, here's the indoor portion of the Sky Garden. We have our curly leaf parsley here. Then we have a mint plant, which is doing really well. I'm going to cut off a couple of those nice mint stalks and try to root those so I can grow some more of that. Then we have our rosemary plant here, which is coming along pretty well. Then oregano way in the back there, if you can see it. There it is. I got one little yellow stem there. I'll have to trim that off. Now the basil plant, you can see the wilted leaves down here a little bit. I forgot to water that for like 2 days. So this morning when I came in here, it was all drooped over about 2-3 hours ago. And I watered it and it's starting to come back. So I kind of probably stunted that growth a little bit. Then here's the thyme plant. It's starting to bush out. So that's it for the Sky Garden, week 4. A little out of breath. Anyways, thanks a lot for watching. Please like, subscribe, ring the bell, and share with your friends. And we'll see you next week. After we get all that pruning done, the plants will look a lot better. And they'll have better airflow, especially on those tomatoes. So hopefully I can slow down or maybe even stop the disease. And we'll see you next week. All right, just another little side note on the Sky Garden. I'm going to be getting some better equipment next week. Off of Amazon. I'm getting a sound, whatever they call it, dampening mic, so I won't get so much road noise, and my voice should be a lot clearer. I'm also going to get a tripod to put my my iPad on when I do my filming, so I'll be able to actually do stuff with both hands while you're watching. Anyway, thanks a lot and see you next week.